Hi, everybody. And the camera's not there.
There it is. Why is everything delayed?
No, it's winking on and off, actually. It's not delayed.
No.
See, it's blinking. It's going to come on again. I'm not sure why that's happening.
Hi,
you
guys.
You can hear us, though.
I guess the microphone is working.
The microphone is indeed working, plus this one's working.
So what can we do?
Well, I can putter around with it, but something
you should
keeps
putter around
happening.
with it. I'll just kill a little time. Hey, how's everybody doing? Mercury retrograde. Oh my gosh, yes indeed. It's very odd. It's just blinking away.
Did it come back at all?
No, it's just blinking away.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know what to do.
Is it time to get another camera?
I didn't think so, but maybe you're right. I don't know.
First, I thought it was the tripods we were having problems with. Now it's a
Well, the tripod is just a balance thing, you know. The camera is its own thing. So, still doing that?
It's totally not working.
Okay, well, why don't you just talk anyway?
I'll talk anyway. All right. Well, you know, I could always do my card for the collective. He does have that camera up. So, I will do. Does the cord have... but it stopped blinking.
Did
That's
the picture
interesting.
come
No, it's still
Yeah.
not there.
on? And now the camera went. So,
Is there something to set on here now to get
no,
it?
it's nothing to do with that. Whoever said circuit, whatever, they're probably more right than not. So I could switch to the monitor's camera, but then it'll be a slanted view of us. That's the only thing I can really do.
You sure if you don't reset the camera?
I just did that a few
Okay,
times.
try it one more time.
I'll do it again.
Try one more time before we give up. I have no idea, Violet. I know you said cord short, but...
Well, that's what it is, but that's not necessarily an easy fix. It's not like I can see that. It's really like, you know,
the green
maybe...
light's on, and we are up.
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Well, don't leave well enough alone, why don't we?
I'm not going to touch it.
Everything looks fine. Hi. Okay. Banshee's back. For now. For now. Mr. O's having a fit. All right, but we are
I
moving
feel like
on
that one
with
surgeon
the
in
show.
Batman. Oh, never mind.
The season of the Witch Lammas Oracle, because Lammas is nearly upon us. Lammas is upon us. All right.
Did somebody snap their fingers and make it go away?
Maybe that was Victoria. She's got some magic touch.
Whoever added their energy.
Maybe it was Toby.
We're grateful.
Except Sonny's not here.
It's some, you know.
You know what? I just
Whatever.
pulled the card this time, Mr. O. You seemed a little, you know, stressed. And guess what I got? One of your favorite things. Iced tea.
Oh, well, that.
And not
that's true.
iced tea the wrapper. Iced tea.
Do you need that back?
Although I do like iced tea. From Law and Order also. Number 28. No, you can put it down there, as always.
Why, thank you.
It is our card for the collective, after all. Iced tea. The keywords are slow movements, refreshing, and relaxation. Hi, Ari.
Hi, Ari.
Won't you come in and have a glass of iced tea? That's what your soul is asking for right now. A break and a chance to refresh after a long period of hard work. The spiritual equivalent to heat stroke is burnout. Yes, you can keep going and keep pushing, but the result could be devastating. And what would have been a short break could end up being a very long and possibly destructive breakdown. Fortunately, there's no need for things to go that far. You've received this card as your warning to enjoy some much-needed relaxation. Stress can be just as dangerous to your physical body as a lack of nutrition and exercise. Your emotional, spiritual, and physical bodies are not separate. They're all one being. You and there will not be a replacement if you don't take care of yourself. You are operating in a way that is not sustainable for long periods of time. Allow this card to be your permission to examine how your soul is yearning to rest. Slow down or release some of the overwhelming experiences you've been having. Well, wouldn't it be nice if the world could stop for us, It can't, but we have choices here. We have choices where we can take a break. We don't always have to be running on high octane all the time. Or, even if you can't stop working, can you pace yourself better? Can you slow the pace a little bit and kind of wind it down? Whatever it takes, take a little break for yourself. And
for me, the answer is no.
Spirit. For him, the answer is no.
Today.
Most days. But again, it's how you pace yourself and plan your activities sometimes that can be important too, Mr. O.
It's a matter of perspective.
3 shows in a day, for example.
It's a matter of perspective.
We filmed 2 videos yesterday and did our happy hours, so kind of burnt out after that. Even though I've been watching the Olympics and having
You don't want me to sing, do you?
Break. No, go
then
ahead.
Let's move on.
Go ahead and sing.
Never mind.
Why don't you sing "It's Been a Hard Day's Night"?
No, I was thinking of something more like "Nobody knows the trouble I've seen."
Okay, everybody, I can't see you do it, but let's give Mr. O the mini violins.
I'll give you a mini violin.
All right. Well, that was our card for the collective. Now, on with some serious readings here. We've got, I think it's Jackie up first. Am I right?
Jackie's first, yes. Will my new project go well for me, please?
All right. Silly Violet.
You got the Lenormands?
That's your Lenormands.
No, I'm doing the tarot.
This is my Lenormands.
Okay, so those are my Lenormands.
Correct.
That's what you meant to say.
I think I said that's your Lenormands.
No, you pointed over here.
No, I nodded over there.
Where's Maury Povich when you need him?
I'm glad we're on the same page today. Perhaps I've been watching too much water sports today. My head's spinning. No, I actually saw, what did they call it? Rough water canoeing or whatever it is.
It's so grateful.
That was pretty interesting. It was like skiing slalom with canoes.
I don't have
kayaks.
that text thing, Violet, so there's no danger of that. All right, so Jackie wants to know about the new project, how well it may go. And here are our cards.
How well might it go?
It's the reverse 9 of Pentacles.
Okay.
It's the Hanged Man upright. By the way, this is the Legend Arthurian Tarot. I really like this one. It's kind of pastelish. And then it's the upright Empress. So that's kind of neat.
Which one? Emperor?
Empress.
Got it.
So there's 2 major arcana. The Hanged Man is upright also. And then that reversed 9 of Pentacles.
Well, so will it go well? It may not go well enough to totally satisfy you, or maybe once it's done, I would say this, Jackie, maybe once the project is done, you may wonder, not so much if it was worth the effort, but if you really got out of it everything you had hoped for.
Oh my God, that's so what I was thinking.
Right?
Whether or not you really felt your investment in it merited what you felt you got out of it.
So I think this will likely come to be. That was the Empress upright, correct?
Sure.
I think it's likely to come to be, because you've got these other positive major arcana cards here. The Hanged Man, though, might be suggesting that maybe you take a more strategic or more objective look at this project and see if there's any kinds of changes that need to be made to improve, the performance or the outcome, I guess.
Hi, Violet Ann.
And hi, Violet Ann. And also the last card here,
The Empress.
the Empress could indicate that maybe, putting a little bit more effort into it and a little bit more creative thought might be worth your while here.
Right, and the only thing I can feel is that, that Nine of Pentacles is sort of iffy there. It sort of feels like you realize that, a part of this project maybe moves you somewhere where you're not exactly comfortable. It could just be the activity involved, or it could just be any kind of change of locale or partners or things like that. But overall, it feels like you want to do this, but you may have this feeling that you're not going to get what you really want out of it. And of course, that's what we're saying here.
Well, and I don't know that it's a really, like, you're going to be totally disappointed.
Right.
It's just going to fall a little bit short of what your expectations were. I don't think that Nine of Pentacles reversed is indicating something really bad
I
here.
don't either. So here we go with the Lenormand, and there's a gentleman, that could be yourself or somebody else, and the letter. So something about communications, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if a person is involved in this project with you or is doing this project for you. Like, for example, if it's a home renovation project or whatever, but somebody is going to be contacting you, maybe. I get the feeling this is somebody outside here that may be contacting you regarding this in some way.
I don't know that it's necessarily connected to what we said with the other cards. It could be, but it sort of just feels like something else going on about the project, communication.
I don't know. I get the feeling this could be somebody involved, or, that are you doing the project for someone else in some way? Or is somebody doing this project for you and you're going to hear from them shortly? I think whatever the case may be, your project is going to go pretty well. Give it a little bit more thought and map it out better, or see if there's other things that you need to take care of in order to get the results you really have hoped for.
And that's, to me, the hangman there. That the hangman could be saying, that maybe you have to consider where you give something in order to get that better return. Maybe there is a wiggle point there somehow.
That's what we have for you, Jackie. Good luck with that.
Nice. All right, thanks, Jackie. So that's that.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. And who's up next?
It's Victoria, right?
It's Victoria, yes. Hey. Why does everyone just... Oh, dear, Victoria. Join the club. What did I say? I mean, come on.
Right, it's not necessarily a man. It could just be saying that there's a letter coming to you. The man represents you sort of as inquirer. We're kind of gender neutral sometimes with looking at either the man or the woman, unless maybe the question is sort of pulls us that way.
I'm going to try to keep a thought out of my head that just popped into it to myself, unless I see a card that indicates I should say it.
You're welcome.
But I've got it. Let's see what we can find out about this. People are so fickle, and they have a lot of different reasons for why they do what they do. I've decided to stop trying to figure it out already.
Yes, just call me Cassandra or whatever.
Cassandra.
I don't even bother. Except with this, maybe.
Well, we give the messages. Whether people take it seriously or not, that's on them. I mean...
True dat.
It's always good to hear when they think it resonates. Absolutely, though. I totally agree.
I like that. I like the feedback.
Okay, so what is it? Well, we've got the Knight of Wands upright. We got the Hermit reversed. Well, maybe I do have to say it. Oh my gosh, we got the Hierophant reversed. I have a real thought about that card, a real strong thought. But, the Knight of Wands indicates to me upright that maybe they think you're too hasty in whatever you're telling them, that they can't believe it's true because, I don't know, maybe you're giving them the information too soon. They need time to process what's going on, to figure out if it's real or not. Some people, they don't like future projections, or they question it because they just think maybe more time needs to pass. That's a pretty swift card there that night, so I wonder about that.
I'm going to skip that for the moment and just say...
Where are you going?
I'm going to the end and just say...
Oh, you bum.
You're too whack for them.
No, that's not where I was going at all.
I feel that it just feels unusual with the Hermit. It just sort of feels like it doesn't ring true to them for some reason. And maybe
Where is that?
And maybe the speed element is something, or maybe that they somehow feel rather that maybe because you do this makes you an interloper in some way. Not necessarily in a bad way, but sort of like they see that.
What do you think? Do you think they think that maybe she's coming on too strong?
Okay, that could be too.
I
like
mean,
it's sort of like believe this because I say it's
very
true.
enthusiastic, very wanting to move things forward. And so maybe they think you're pushing the envelope too much with them, but that Hermit reversed. I like what he said there. I'll agree with him on that one. Not that last card. I have another spin on that last card. But the Hermit reversed. Absolutely. They may just think that, why are you saying these things? They may be questioning your motives here, whether it's coming from a true source of wisdom. People do that all the time, and it could be for jealousy. It could be for a lot of reasons.
Well, in questioning your motives, maybe they feel you're upsetting the apple cart, going unconventional. That's where the Hierophant comes in.
You're getting warmer.
Oh, okay.
I really feel here that they think you're just trying. You said it yourself, here. You said you're always going against what they have to say. Maybe they feel you're just trying to be contrary to them. Maybe they feel you are just trying to be different and radical. And, they don't like that. They don't like their opinions being questioned by your judgment. There's room for everybody out here, okay? There's plenty of differences of opinion. And whoever's right or wrong will be borne out eventually, even if you are right all the time. They're just, not necessarily always going to buy into that.
Weed out the bad, I say. Because, look, in the Lenormand, you got the coffin.
Ooh.
And the clouds. And,
oh, no. This is even better. Is that the dark side or is it neutral?
Well... It's hard for me to say. No, it is the white side, I guess.
Okay, good.
Let's take a look. What do you think?
I think it is more the light dominating the dark here.
I was looking at it from the idea of one above, one below, but I think you're right. It's the dark to the other side.
Well, and even so, there's a lot of light here, too.
Sure. So let's go.
I'm beginning to think here, this is a very mental card, Victoria. You're thinking about this too much. Put an end to that. Put an end to the thinking and we're being upset about their perceptions of you. That's what I think here. It's confusing you and it's upsetting you. It's making you depressed. It is. So don't think about it anymore.
And anyways, then I would have said it differently. My feeling would have been that all of this maybe possibly confusing you or you not understanding it would come to an end. But of course, it's because of what she said that you just have to put that away.
It's really told a story here that I did not expect. Because when I saw your question and the way you worded it, and when you said that, and I think maybe, we've had this discussion before, but I don't remember that part of it, that you're always going the opposite of them. If that's true, then maybe they just don't want to accept that. They think you're being contrary. Whether they're right or wrong, I am not judging here. That's their opinion.
All right.
I don't know what to say. Wow, that was pretty interesting, I have to say.
Fascinating.
As soon as I saw that Hierophant, I realized, that's what it is about rebellion. People are rebellious.
All right. I think I'm going to switch
And
over.
you know what I have found out over the years, Victoria? People don't want, obviously, with what's going on today with all the truths and mistruths and conspiracies, and you don't know what to believe, is people don't want to be told what to believe anymore. They don't. They apparently don't. Even if they're reading it in history books, they don't want to believe what they're being told anymore.
I'm switching to my Adrian Tarot for Christine. Hi, Christine. My question, what does Spirit want me to know? Okay, well, that's how you're reading, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
So
You're
let us
very
do
welcome,
that.
Christine, wherever you are. All right. There you are. Hi there.
Hello.
Good to see you. I'm spending a little time off of social media. It's going to be very limited. I'm trying to get on. But, it's kind of hard to look down at my screen and then I miss some important action on the, TV with the Olympics. And I love watching the Olympics. I saw some real interesting mountain biking today. Oh my gosh, that would definitely never, ever, ever, ever be my thing. But, this obstacle course or whatever that they made for them, I saw somebody take a spill that looked really bad and they never went back to that. So I don't know if the person got back on their bike again or what happened.
Do you want me to do one at a time or all three?
We talked about that before.
We did.
Why don't you lay them out? Just lay 3 out and name what they are, but then we'll go through the positions one at a time. Okay.
Okay, so card 1 is basically your question, Christine.
No, don't say the positions. Just lay the cards out and name the cards.
Okay, so it's the World upright.
Yeah.
It's the Star upright.
Ooh.
And it is the Four of Wands upright.
Holy moly!
Looks good.
Spirit wants you to be positive. That's for darn sure. Maybe I ought to throw my Lenormand out there too, just to see in advance if there are any curveballs in this. But this looks awfully positive right from the get-go, don't you think?
I think so.
All right, here we go. We have the Scythe. Looks very pretty in this deck. Oh, and we have the Coffin. Something's got to be cut out and come to an end, maybe to achieve this. But Spirit wants you to know. That's the first position. What does Spirit want you to know? And I think they want you to know that you have the ability to achieve success at this time, to bring something to a successful conclusion.
Right. Well, I also feel, too, that maybe just in a sort of symbolic, metaphoric way, Spirit wants you to know that you have the sense of the world about you, that you have the sense of really bringing some sort of peace, a conclusion to things, but sort of a sense of saying, like, yes, this was perfected. I'm trying to adjust the lighting there. It's always a little bit blurry. Anyways.
It's just a really nice card. It may say that you're really close now. You may have just a little bit more that needs to be done. So why is this important? Oh my goodness.
It's
you have
the Star.
The Star. Because I think this is going to make you so much more optimistic for the future and where things are headed. It's almost as if you're going to feel now that your destiny is within reach.
The Star is peaceful, but it also brings a sense of understanding your destiny. So that's why it's important that, you understand. Spirit feels you've come a long way, baby, that kind of thing. You've really kind of turned the corner on things, a way of looking at it. So it's important because you should be at peace. You should understand what you are able to still manifest. The Star is a manifestation of your destiny.
I'm just watching that camera shake because every time we lean or shuffle on the table, it's shaking. I know, and I got to watch it
keeps
too.
Going blurry. I don't know.
It's not blurry, but it might go back and forth for people. All right, so the Star is really great, but my goodness, where are things headed? Well, I think things
Four
are
of
heading
Wands.
to a point where you're going to be able to establish yourself in some way. There's a firm foundation that can be built here, for future success. And so that's why this is important to take a pause, celebrate your progress, look at how far you've came and all the steps along the way and how it brought you to this point in time. It's really, really positive all the way around.
That sounds great, Christine.
Which makes me wonder why these are here.
How do you go with those?
Well,
Briefly, I'll just say, like the Four of Wands is very much a culmination kind of card, a sense of a harvest in a way, a sense of, saying like, now we gather,
Yeah, well, I think here with the Psyche, though, and the Coffin, there's two things it could be saying. One is that, so you need to cut through. You need to put an end to things that are cutting away from your focus on, you're achieving this success. You need to cut back on whatever it is. You need to put an end to, I should say it the other way, put an end to the things that are cutting into your time and your energy that you should be putting towards this. That's one way I can look at this. Another thing is that there must be something here that needs to come to an end. You need to cut it so that you can complete your project or goal. I mean, I guess I'm saying the same thing, essentially.
Yeah,
twice.
more specifically for me, it feels like there may be something that would cause your progress to slow down or be inconsistent. Maybe this is saying to identify that and get rid of that. And so mostly that sounds like finding time or finding resources or something like that, maybe finding whether or not there's value. So this could be an activity where you have maybe, or you would be questioning the value or validity you get from doing that, and that maybe you could repurpose whatever that is into your project. And I don't think, of course, it would be the Kung Fu thing.
Well, that's awesome. I think you should focus on that. And definitely, maybe this is speaking to that. If you can't think of anything else at this time that this is speaking to, I would definitely go with that.
I mean, it sounds too blissy in a way to be true. It's like, oh my God, this should happen to everybody.
Well, this might be really good for you, is I think what the cards are saying. Whatever this is, you'll be really happy with your progress and your success here. And you sense that there's something more to all of this for you going forward. This is something you need to celebrate and take maybe to a next level. Keep progressing. So good luck with that.
All right.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
All right, so we're on Vidi now, I believe. Hi, Vidi. And Vidi's question is, a general message needs to hear at this moment. All right, let's see what we get. Yeah. All right, sorry.
Hi, SP.
Around.
We can add you too.
Oh, hi, SP.
You're welcome, Christine. Thank you. Hi, Nicole.
You're welcome, Christine. Have a good one. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you got some update. I thought well, that's good. I can't remember if we said one was coming or not.
I don't exactly remember. I just thought it did sort of indicate there would be some forward movement, but I don't remember exactly what it was or if it said that. So I'm on the Lenormand, right?
All right.
Sounds good, SP. Thanks.
Okay, for Vidi. So Vidi, ask for a general message again that they need to hear general messages. I think we're just going to do 3 for this one, but first one is the Four of Cups reversed, which is nice. Oh, interesting. The Page of Wands is upright. Ooh, but it's reversed. It's just the way you want to see it. The Ten of Swords is reversed. You know, I think here, what you need to hear right now is there could be, is that you need to remain alert, Viddy. There could be opportunities coming your way that you may not want to pass up on, whether they're in your personal life, like, relationships, or whether it's in business and career, because, it's hard for me to say if it's going to be in, which one it's going to be in, because you've got 3 different suits here, and I'm not going to pin it down. I'm just going to say that it could be career-oriented, but it could be something else. It could even be emotional, because when you get the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands is like a new beginning of something, whether it's a business, a career, an ambition, a goal, or it's a relationship. It could be the invitations out, start of a new relationship. It's very positive. And I feel here you have to remain alert, because something is maybe out there for you right now that maybe you need to pay attention and try to figure out where this opportunity could be coming from. Because when you look at that final card there, which is the Ten of Swords reversed, I think what it's saying is now is the time where things are going to start getting brighter and things are going to start opening up for you again.
It's not exactly clear to me what I see here, but I think as a general message you need to know, it may be saying that you should sort of settle into one particular choice or design of some sort, path, however you want to call that, and apply yourself to maybe spreading that as a message to yourself. I mean, that maybe that's the message to you, is that you have a message to spread, and it concerns what you're choosing to do. I'm not sure how I see the Ten of Swords in there, other than saying that maybe it implies that, you might feel there were things that really stood in your way of understanding or maybe thinking how you might want to go about doing that. And so part of that will be, getting beyond that or overcoming that.
I think there's a fresh start or a restart for something for you. Go on.
And then we get the Lenormand, which has an anchor for us, and the whip.
Okay. Actually, I think I can make a little bit of sense of that, but I think what it's saying is that if an opportunity presents itself, like I had been talking about here, you will need to move fast on this, because it requires fast movement, and this could really afford you some stability. This could be something that could be a stable goal or pursuit that you're working on for some time, maybe a stable relationship that will appear comfortable to you. I just almost feel here that the whip is saying move fast so that you can put yourself in, you can land this thing, you can anchor yourself here.
If speed is not necessarily the actual imperative here, then maybe it's talking about an assertiveness, and that assertiveness, is what kind of puts you more in a position.
Well, now I'm telling you to move fast, but of course
it could be both.
Well, of course you need to know what this situation is. And right now, all I can tell you is to just remain alert. Pay attention to things around you. Pay attention to signs. If you're looking for a job and, something just happens to hit you, maybe you need to pursue that. If, you see somebody who's interesting to you, maybe you need to find a way to get to know that person. Whatever the case may be here, something is going to reveal itself to you, an opportunity. Maybe it's something that will give you a sign that it's time to start a particular project or goal or educational pursuit. That's the best I can tell you. Good luck with that. We're on Airy. Hi, Airy.
Hi, Ari.
Will I be able to move to another state and go to college this winter? Okay. That'll be your deck, Mr. O.
Should we do it as a yes or no, straight up? Or do you want to use that on the second instance if we don't get a clearer enough answer?
Yeah, let's do 3 cards.
Yeah, okay.
We got time here.
Oh, yeah. That would be exciting. However, on my personal end, we had heard that our granddaughter might be considered for college that was out of state, and I wasn't so sure I wanted her to do that.
Well, she's not.
I know she's not. Ultimately, it turned out that she is staying in Michigan, but I was like, no, I don't know if I want her to go to, whatever state.
I would have been good with it. I mean,
I would have too, but it was that sense of like, no.
The men in the family, like him and my son, so protective of us women. And I appreciate that because it's a scary world today.
I would miss seeing her.
But, yeah, well, that's part of it. But she would have visited back and forth, I'm sure.
We don't see her enough now.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just like, what are you saying? Don't squander opportunities, Mr. O.
That. Okay, Ari. Our first up is, I'm using the Tarot of the Cat People. It's the reversed Ace of Swords.
Ace of Swords?
Then I have the upright Four of Swords. And then I have the reversed Knight of Wands. So those are interesting.
Well, it seems airy, I guess I didn't do the Lenormand, did I? I think I want to put this out there, but the Ace of Swords indicates to me, have you really put enough thought and action into this? The Ace of Swords is saying something is not getting off the ground, and it could be you. Have you really put enough thought and action into how you would be able to do this? I think that's part of it. More thinking has to be done. There's just seems to be a lack of that here. And when I look at the fact with the Four of Swords here, upright, it's kind of indicating to me, you know what? You really need to reflect on this. You really need to maybe not be putting your energy so much into other things right now if your real focus is to move and go to college. That's what I'm thinking here. You need to pull back and draw back your energy from other things and put it into this if you want to make it happen. I'll stop there for the last card.
I pretty much feel the same way too. I think this card is saying that it's where you're going to put your energy. That's all I can say. I sort of want to jump to the Knight of Wands and feel...
That's part of it.
I feel that part of this is that maybe there is something else that seriously distracts you from focusing that. And it may be something, that would be non-college, would be what you might find to be an equivalent pursuit of some sort, not necessarily in terms of vocational, but maybe it's personal, maybe it's a situation going on and you don't want to leave for that because you've come to some other understanding.
You need to really clear out whatever's blocking you with that Knight of, or you need to not take a reckless, careless approach to this. That Knight of Wands sometimes can be just a little bit... they do things without thinking, they just want to move forward. And sometimes you push something forward before you're really ready to do something. So in this case, maybe you're pushing this idea forward without really doing the work and the thinking involved on how you're going to really make this happen. And let's look at the Lenormand here, because there is some hope here. I'm going to read this one 2 ways for sure. There you are. So when I look at that, you've got the writer and you've got yourself. So on one level, I could say you could be moving this year. I don't know about the college part because I'm not sure you've thought this out well enough, but there is a possibility with this that you could be moving this year. Or what else this is telling me is you need to get moving on this if you want to make it happen by the end of the year. You have to do it. You have to really start putting a plan in place and focusing your energy on this if you want to make it happen.
Thank you, Jackie. They are pretty cards, yeah. I agree with you, Banshee, pretty much. I feel that this says movement is happening, whether it is actually in that direction, because the tarot sort of indicates maybe it's, to me, maybe it's not going to happen exactly that way. I sort of feel like some other pole will take you somewhere else. I don't know. I mean, anything's possible, I guess. So this would be a good question to revisit again. All right.
Yeah, maybe. But I really think it's clear here that it's really up to you and what you put into this. More mental work needs to be done on this and strategizing it out. And as for Jackie, that is the Sweet Blossom Lenormand. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh, doggone you, Violet.
We're not going to wait for you.
Sweet Blossom Lenormand. I don't see it as a plural here on my box.
So
There
I guess
you go.
we'll have to skip over Violet Ann until and if she returns.
Violet Ann sometimes comes in to say hi,
That's
so
true.
it's possible. But if you're here, Violet Ann, now's the time to speak. I guess we'll move on and we'll take Violet Ann's question when she gets back.
Yes, I was just going to say I could mention a show or two to stall, but I don't believe she's here. But there's our stream schedule for next week. We will be back with a regular live stream from 2 to 4 p.m. next week. Also, our social media stuff is listed there too. So, hey, Nicole, and I see we are joined by Noha.
Hi, Noha. All right.
I got that right? Okay.
Yes.
So, where was
Nicole
again?
is up, and it's Will Oliver connect with me in the future?
There it is. Okay. And that's your deck, right?
Yes. I'll use my mermaid deck, which is here somewhere.
Thank you,
I'm going to
Noha.
be switching up my decks next week. It's August. I'm going to keep one or two in, I think, but switch up the rest. Thank you, Noah. We're doing pretty well, thank you. Hope you are doing well.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to that question, Noha, when it's your turn. Thank you for posting it.
And I don't think we're very crowded, so your turn may be coming up soon.
Yeah. No, we're not that far off.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I know that's sort of a yes/no, but I'm going to do 3.
Oh, that's fine. That's
And we'll
like
maybe,
with,
will Oliver connect with me in the future? Yikes. Well, you may have to get over this first. It's the Ten of Swords reversed. The Two of Wands is upright. Six of Pentacles is reversed. Yeah, I may want to do a yes/no, but let's see this through.
Is there any way that maybe if you and Oliver connect, that in a way it represents like some opposition was there, or not necessarily from Oliver, but somehow some opposition was conquered? Because I guess that could be talking about that. I'm blurring again there.
Yeah, that Ten of Swords.
Hi, Dr. Victor.
Why, Dr. V? We'll get you on the list. That Ten of Swords reversed indicates to me that they are in the, they may do it. I think when they're ready, it's as if they're overcoming something right now, whether it's between something that happened between the two of you or something else in their life right now. I think they're overcoming some difficulties. They're getting back on their feet again, or they're getting back into the swing of things. That Ten of Swords reversed indicates kind of a process of recovery or moving on. But I don't think when I say that it's necessarily moving on to you or away from you. They're moving on with something that has affected them personally. Unless you two have had interactions and there have been problems in the past.
Right, I just had that slight feeling maybe that was possible. But at any rate, maybe there's an idea with the Two of Wands that something is sort of stabilizing, and maybe somebody is offering a view of things to where they feel they're comfortable enough to move forward with some goal or project. That could be signifying that maybe Oliver could be feeling this way, but not right at the moment, maybe as they're stabilizing in some ways.
Again, this is so ambiguous to me, this too, because I feel as though they may be thinking about it, but I don't know that they're ready to do something about it. Maybe they're planning right now what their next moves are going to be. I just don't know, and
Okay.
maybe they're thinking about it.
Okay, that's fair.
And what's that?
Is that the Six of Pentacles?
Yeah, the Six of Pentacles reversed. I feel like right now things may not come together enough for them to do so in, the immediate future. Yeah, I think you asked if they would ever connect with you. Is that correct? I want to look at the way that's worded again. Can you...
I'm looking. Will Oliver connect with me in the future?
Oh, in the future, yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of open-ended. And I would say maybe, but not immediately. And let's see what the Lenormand can add. Oh, did you tackle that card? I'm sorry.
Well, we often talk about there being a flow going on or not being a flow going on. And, of course, that flow extends to comfort eras, processes, too, which I sort of feel is inferred in the other cards. But here's the Lenormand. It's the Rider and the Sun. So it may be that it's more of a mental concept in a way that, that they're thinking bright things and that they're feeling they can move in a new direction, and maybe that direction is that one. But it still doesn't feel like they're more quickly arriving. It sort of feels like it's a process of movement.
The prospects don't look bad here.
No.
I really think we have to do a yes/no, though.
Yeah.
Because this almost could relate to their life in general, that they are looking to move to something that is going to bring joy back into their life and happiness. And so it could be contacting you would do that for them. It's possible here, but I can't say for certain that is really what their intent is. So let's do a yes/no, and maybe we should have done it, for some of these things, it might make more sense to do a yes/no.
We like the extra factors that maybe occur with the other cards, but we are looking for either a clear yes or no. So
yeah. I'm thinking of incorporating 2 yes/no readings into, but I haven't totally firmed it up yet. There's one I found somebody does online that I really like, and so I could see the value of doing it the way we're doing it now for some questions and doing it the other way for others. I just have to talk to Mr. O about it. I've been thinking about this for some time and see what he thinks of this idea. Oh, that's okay, Violet. We will fill fit you in. Leave your question though with
Yeah, it's the
Violet
best-
Lotus
right.
because we have added more people.
Right.
So-
If you don't leave your question and other people come, they may supersede you again. But it's nice to see you again, regardless.
Okay, let's see what we get for you.
Oh, did I make that happen? What happens if I do this? Why is that happening?
It's leaning towards no. It's not a definite no, but it's leaning towards no. You only got one ace and you got it fairly quickly. There's the swords reversed. You have the Queen of Wands reversed here, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And you have the Emperor upright.
Cool, Jackie. Hope you like it.
Oh, very cool. Well, let me explain why it's leaning towards no. I think you have to make yourself more visible to Oliver. Somehow or another, he's thinking less of you. You have to make yourself stand out, or that your interest in him is standing out. He's not seeing you. He's not necessarily paying, that's the best I could say. That Queen of Wands reversed. I feel like you have to somehow make your presence more felt.
You know what else I think?
What?
I'm going to jump ahead to the Emperor.
Darn you. Oh, good. I
Okay.
want to hear it. I do.
Well, with the Emperor, I get the feeling like maybe that could be you saying like maybe you want other people to help this along in some way, and maybe they will or maybe they won't, or maybe that's him in a way too, that maybe they feel like maybe other people that they know might advance the notion. But once again, it's not a direct thing. Like maybe if there is no actual direct connectivity, using proxies or messengers isn't going to be as helpful. But yeah, I agree with you on that totally, that, maybe, maybe Oliver's shallow enough that he needs, something a little bit more.
With the Emperor, I was actually thinking of going with the Queen here and saying you have to be the one more aggressively to pursue this because he's not focusing on you right now or seeing you. Now, if he cut you off and cut communications, if that's what's going on here, then I think what these cards are saying is something a little bit different and not too great either. He holds all the cards here. If that's the case, he holds all the power in the cards here, and he's really got to soften his stance. The Emperor is usually a good guy, so he's really got to soften his stance and look at you differently than the way he has been, if that's the case. So I could see this going either way, but either way, this is kind of why, or Mr. O's way, it's leaning towards no at this time.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
All right.
We are on SP.
Hey, SP. So we see your question. How will the situations be for you at work this week? And you're welcome, Ari. Our pleasure, of course.
You're very welcome, Ari. It was an interesting reading.
So let's see. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords. You're welcome, Nicole.
Hey, you're very welcome, Nicole. Oh, get this.
All right, so once again, how will situations be for you at work this week? And our first one is the upright Ace of Wands. And then we have the Knave or Page of Pentacles, which is also upright. That's nice that they're all upright for a change, eh? And
Yeah,
then,
what happened? Did you turn your cards around?
I don't know what happened, but it was nice. And then there was the upright Six of Wands. And like I said, this is the Tarot of the Animal Lord, so I like it because there's a lot of pretty nice colors to the animals.
Hey.
It's very nice. And then there's another animal. It's a dog.
Wow.
Do you got fish
And
there?
Jackie, my favorite card in this deck.
Oh.
Not really. I
The
mean, I have a
sun.
lot of favorites in the deck, but that sun, it's just so bright and vibrant. Love it. Wow, SP. What a difference a week makes, huh? You know, this looks really promising. I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but maybe you'll see a little bit more movement or optimistic things going on in this week ahead. Boy, it certainly does seem like it. What's that last card again?
It's the Six of Wands.
Yeah. You know, suddenly, finally, you have allies and support around you. The Six of Wands is not just a card of victory here. It's also a card that says you get to where you want to be because of people who helped get you there. Remember, when people succeed at something, you see it clearly. I'm going to go into Olympics mode now because I'm watching all the athletes and I get excited. And you see that. It takes more than just that athlete to get to where they are. Their parents have to support their efforts. They have to go through rigorous training and do it all themselves, yes, but they have to have the greatest good coaches out there who care and support them, a good medical team. There are many people that could be behind this. So I'm just saying there is somebody here who definitely has your back and is rooting for your success. I had to do that first. I will let you go ahead if you'd like.
Well, it's often said at the workplace that the only reward for good work is more work.
Oh,
and I do believe it's going to happen. I believe that the Ace of Wands signifies maybe a new task or project, and there's some amount of coolness attached to it. Maybe the Page of Pentacles says it's research driven, or it has some component about thinkology about it in some way, it's a cool project maybe, but it's just something that won't necessarily give you extra money necessarily, but it will give you this sort of sense of like, oh yeah, SP, you really did good with this thing that we asked you to do, whether it's a long range project or just a more of immediate kind of task.
So that's the Page of Pentacles there, right?
Yes.
I thought you said the Knight the first time, so...
No, I said Knave or Page.
Oh, knave. That darn knave word. Sounds like knight. Okay.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Ah.
So you have to backtrack a little bit?
No, not at all. I think here...
You should.
Why? Pages are about new beginnings, and the Page of Pentacles is no exception there. It could be the beginning of a learning situation, coupled with that Ace of Wands, like he said, but it can also be the beginning of better financial times. It could be the start of something new work-wise. It could be maybe related to what you want, your relocation. I'm going to read this both ways here because I want to bring it down to earth because it looks pretty positive, and maybe you will hear that there's a new beginning afoot for you, this Ace, a fresh start, meaning a relocation is possible. And, you will maybe have to learn some things or do some things and take it step by step in order to make this happen. But I think you've got a lot of support here and you're heading towards success. And with the sun magnifying that, I mean, the sun is all about success and happiness and joy. And this is brought about through somebody else's efforts here. I'm not saying, that you're not involved in this. But if you have an ally out there who's working for you, definitely be grateful, appreciate their efforts, and let them know that. Because I think there's definitely somebody that has your back here. And if this is just work-related routine for your week ahead, there's definitely something that's you're going to be really enthusiastic about working on this week. You're really going to learn a lot, too, through whatever it is you're doing. And I feel here that it will be successful. It will be looked upon by others favorably, which might also play into what I see here, that somebody is really going to have your back now because they see what an asset you are.
Well, it creates loyalty to you, but maybe it might also create a specific loyalty with a partner, semi-partner, or other kind of relationship within your workplace. I mean, maybe just somebody else will really feel like, you're the person they want to be friends with, too.
Yeah. That's pretty good. What a nice reading.
It is a nice reading,
Wishing you luck for this week,
You'll have to tell us how it worked out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We're on Noha?
I think so.
Social life getting any better. Feels so alone and no one is ever there for me. That would be my deck.
Your deck, right.
Okay. What do I want to do here? I'll use the tarot at the end of the rainbow. I'm going to be putting this one away for the season. Love this deck. I have a feeling and a yen to bring down some of my cat and dog decks for a while. The dog days of summer are here coming up, so it might be a good idea.
Thanks for sharing that very sensitive part of yourself, Noha.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's tough. It is tough.
No, I appreciate you sharing that. A lot of people may have some kind of resonance towards that, either because they personally feel that way themselves too, or just because they know that quality is real for people. Sometimes there is a sense, that nobody really notices us until we do some particular thing, and then maybe that's not necessarily a good way of being noticed.
This is very interesting, and it's reversed, which is the way you want to see this card. It's the Devil reversed.
Okay.
The Ace of Swords is reversed. Ooh.
I want to show this one again because I might not have held it up very long. Okay.
The Knight of Wands is upright.
That's very nice. This is that rainbow one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do the
kind of a, what would you call it? I don't know, it's not exactly fairies, but they're mystical beings, it seems like.
What do you think, Banshee?
I'm just waiting for the Lenormand,
I see.
too.
Okay, in the Lenormand, there's the mountain and the mice.
Think you have to do some, you might have some restrictions that have been placed on you that now maybe, and these could be up here. This doesn't have to be physical. This can be, but sometimes they are. You can be restricted by a variety of things, whether it's society, culture, tradition, or mindsets. This could be it too. This could be it too. And I feel here that you need to liberate your thinking from, not so much being lonely. It's certainly a valid feeling, but the fact that maybe there's nothing that you can do about this. I think maybe this is saying that you can possibly, potentially make this better. But, you're going to have to get out of your head a little bit on this. You're going to have to get out of your head a little bit and just maybe try to get into more of the, into the real world and get out there and try to socialize more. I feel like this is a card of loneliness in a way, that lone Ace of Swords, and it's so much and it's so much a mental card, whether it's upright or reversed. We're living in our heads, and we need to find a way to live in in the world that's out there now, and that's where that comes in. But go ahead.
Okay, well, straight up, the devil reversed often feels like a sense of someone who is getting rid of what oppresses them. And so this could be a sense of real physical oppression, like there are limitations, like Banshee mentioned, that maybe actual people or rules or institutions could place on an individual. But there could also be the way that we relate to our interactions with other people in our lives. And so some of us may feel we've been oppressed by our upbringing or by certain people in those environments because maybe they stifled us in certain ways, or maybe they did make us have low self-esteem, things like that. So a part of this is you figuring out what those things are and finding a way to release yourself from them. And it's easier said than done. The Ace of Swords reverse does imply that maybe this is a process of you beginning, but that it will have some give and take, because reversed aces feel like there are delays as you're moving towards something. And I liked what Banshee said, the analogy of loneliness in a way. I think that does feel like there isn't a united effort, which is more the idea behind the upright one, even though, it's not implicit, but it is implied a little bit.
And I think, too, what this is saying is to really feel like you are free to pursue, interpersonal relations with others and whatnot. You need more clarity. You do need to clear your head of maybe some of the voices that might now be telling you that this is not possible. There are things that always are kind of telling us, that shadow side of us that are saying we can't do this. We're not capable of being loved by others. And when we do that, when we feel that way, we set our own barriers up that people have a hard time breaking through, even if they wanted to. Okay? So the Knight of Wands here, to me, kind of indicates that, you could capably make some changes here to move forward and make this happen. The Knight is about movement this night, and it's about enterprise in a way. Maybe what this is saying is you need to really see and start engaging with people who have like interests to you. Whether you can find groups that you can join. Let's say you're into books. Join a book club. These ways, maybe even if you feel like you're still not connecting one-on-one with people, you're around people more, and you're opening yourself up more to that energy instead of feeling so closed off. So if you're into art and culture, maybe there's museum tours, maybe there's different things that you can do that brings you more out in front of people.
I like this Knight of Wands here because I feel that there is the sense of movement, and the wands are really about how we can project confidence or charisma. And of course, coming from maybe where you've stated, maybe that's a goal that you have to still work on, but maybe it's also saying too that you are moving forward, or you can move forward accepting yourself on your own terms, that realizing when you look in the mirror know how you see somebody who you would want to be friends with, so therefore others might too. But it takes time, and it takes, being able to believe in yourself. And I think that Knights are on their way towards that sense of confidence, which is believing in themselves. So it's a process.
So, when I look at the Lenormand here, because we do have the mice and we do have the mountains, and neither of them are very great cards. So, again, I think as what Mr. O said earlier, this isn't going to be easy for you. You have a lot of, I think you're allowing a lot of, a lot of little things to hold you back from what you need to be doing right now. And you have to overcome them in order to, move forward with this. And I really think you have to start from a broader level. At my age, okay, Noah, friends have died. Friends have moved away. We really only have, I think, one or two people at most that we see on a regular basis anymore, and it's not really regular. Let me just say that. And so, but what do I do to fill in those gaps and not feel so alone? Well, obviously I have a partner here and I have a son, but really what counts for me is I get out there on social media. I have joined groups from time to time, and as a matter of fact, a group I just joined kind of disbanded. Not, a year ago that I joined, I went on a lot of outings with. So that's why I'm saying start with some organizations and groups that you can join to participate in life once more again and not feel so isolated and alone. Because eventually maybe you'll be able to say to somebody, hey, why don't we have lunch after our meeting or, our book club or whatever it is, and you'll get more friendly that way with others. I feel that way when I see these cards. There is a way to liberate yourself from this. And I wish you luck with it.
I wish you luck too. And sometimes other people, they just look for somebody to listen to them, and maybe you can cultivate that too. Just when you do have these opportunities, as you're walking with people at the mall or whatever you end up doing, that if they want to talk, maybe you can be the listener person, and eventually maybe they'll want to listen to you. But it is a process. Like I said, I won't fool you that I don't.
It's definitely a process. It's funny you have the mountains and the mice there. The mountains can be big challenges. The mice are smaller ones. Yeah. And so it makes me wonder, don't make this issue for you too big that you can't overcome it. The mice, on the other hand, brings things down to size and makes it easier for you to overcome these little obstacles in your way. So do that. Make it smaller by getting out there and socializing and making yourself start feeling part of some things that'll make you feel better about yourself. So good luck. Good luck with that.
Right. So it's Dr. Victor. Hey, Dr. V.
Thank you, Jackie.
Yes, that was very nice of you. Thank you, Jackie. And of course, it was very good advice. So good luck, Noah.
I've been down the lonely road myself. I have.
Exactly. What are CPU's secret actions towards you, Dr. V, that you should be aware of? You're very
welcome, Noah. Hope to see you again. And that you're feeling better. And you're always welcome here. We have a great chat here. We have a lot of fun. So, feel free to come back to some of our shows.
Thank you very much. Do you want to do that as you're reading? CPU secret actions that they might want to be aware of?
What are CPU? Oh, yeah, let's do it.
I think so. I think that one lends itself definitely. This is Banshee's.
Same with you, Noah. May you be blessed.
Blessed be to you. I know that's right, Violet.
Well, you got a point there, Violet. I know that for sure.
Here we go, Dr. V. So, the basic question. What are CPU's secret actions towards you that you should be aware of? And our first card is the Ten of Wands reversed. So, is there a question about burdens or obligations that each of you share, and that whether or not somebody wants to either help you or give you more or release you from burdens? Is this about being released from some obligation? Is that what they want? They feel that they have an obligation or they have some sort of struggle or burden with you and they want to be released from that, and their actions may constitute a secret action towards that or somehow?
I don't know if there's any CPU, a person, right? So I don't know if there's any stress between the two of you, or has been some difficulties, and maybe CPU wants to eliminate that in whatever way it's necessary to do so. They want they want to dial it down a little bit. Maybe they're feeling anxious about you or something. And they are looking for a way to...
It occurs to me that it may not be a person, that it may be an entity of some sort of a workplace or something. But either way, I think those things apply. So...
CPU is a person that works with them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they just... Maybe this could be work related, but it could also be personal. They just want any kind of difficulties between the two of you to ease up, or, maybe it's a workload issue too, that if that's the case, then they want to find a way to even things out a little bit.
But it may be that it constitutes a secret action, that whatever they're actually doing, that's what it is. They don't want you to know that they're trying to change this, and it could be workload, burdensome, or obligatory. So anyways, why is this important? And it is the upright Two of Swords.
Well, are things like kind of, things must, well, you're asking about secret actions, so I assume things must be a little bit up in the air right now, and maybe that's the way they're feeling. They're not sure what action they really need to take right now that could make things better for them or for, both of you.
Someone feels that they don't have enough information, basically, but they're sort of feeling like they're setting a timeout of some sort. So it's important for them to not necessarily rush to a judgment one way or the other.
Yeah, it's like they're almost like taking a pause, determining what their next move really needs to be. And that's what you were asking about. What secret actions they would take. Well, it's clear here that they want something either to clear the air or to ease some stresses or concerns that they may have. They're looking to ease something, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know what they need to do. So where are things headed?
It's the reversed Three of Swords.
It could be heading towards healing. It could be heading towards nice stuff, right?
Right,
go ahead.
resolving.
Yeah, resolving anything or smoothing anything over that needs to be smoothed over. It sounds like things could heal.
There's a possibility here that maybe this person felt really hurt for some reason, and now they're going to kind of understand it better or realize that they need to play it out, to not make a hasty action.
What's really interesting to me is the Lenormand, because look, it showed up again. In this deck, they look so cute. The mice.
The cute little mice.
And another creature.
Stork.
So to me, It seems like a new beginning or a fresh start could occur here if the stress and issues that have been going on get resolved. And the mice are very temporary or small little things. So again, this might be just some minor things that need to take place here, and something good could come out of that.
I agree. I think something good will come out of it. It might be that maybe either of you have to sort of let it go, let the little minor things really go.
Yes, let it go.
Anything that was, something of more of concern might have to be handled in a different way. But if there really are little minor things, both of you would want to just sort of be more adult about it and let it go.
Okay.
So that's what we have,
So
Dr.
we
V.
have for you. I hope it helps, but I would just say right now, according to what I see here, I'm really thinking they're not ready to make an action yet. They don't have a plan yet. That's that Two of Swords.
Yeah.
They know what they'd like to have happen, but they're not exactly sure how to do it. So good luck with that.
All right.
Interesting reading, Dr. V.
And we're at Violet Ann.
Hi, Violet Ann. We made it. All right.
You're welcome, Dr. Victor.
How's my love like looking over the next few months? Please. All right.
It's going to be your cards.
Oh, I haven't used this silly deck. Let's do it. I've got the Curious Creature Tarot by Chris Ann here. Tarot of Curious Creatures. Okay, It's the Five of Cups upright. Oh, man. God, that's funny. I have to look at it this way because it's so cute. It's the Knight of... But it's not cute because it's reversed. It's the Knight of Swords reversed. Oh, man. It's the King of Wands reversed.
You keep doing this.
I know. Well, I have one upright card there, but it's not a happy one, is it?
Okay, so...
What do you got?
Then the Lenormand. Well, there's that sun. Kind of reminds me of the lion a little bit. And the cloud. So it's either sunny or cloudy. It's sort of like it's back and forth or something. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Well, I think there's some disappointments in the months ahead, but it's not because there's no action in your love life.
Yeah.
It's maybe of who's trying to get into your love life, right? Doesn't it look like that? With
Intruder alert!
Intruder alert.
That's the Knight of Swords, maybe. I don't
think
know.
somebody really might try to move things along,
Fast.
and you're going to have a lot of question marks about this person. I think this person is kind of pushy. They're kind of aggressive. They want their way. They
overconfident, or maybe think overly highly of themselves. Is that the King of Wands
that's
reversed?
a very ego thing going on there. Just the King of Wands reversed, and sometimes that could indicate a shy, quiet person, but you know what? Those could be some of the trickiest people sometimes, right? I feel they're very aggressive, though, in some ways here. They want things to move quickly. And maybe here, I'm wondering about this King of Wands here reversed, that it's not so much they're being shy, that they're wanting to not let you see their true selves. So, let's get this relationship going. Let's get you in real deep here so that you don't see what a cat I am until it's too late.
The clouds mask the sun shining its light.
So I would beware of people who are not, being very open about themselves.
Yeah,
And
maybe
somebody who
that's it.
comes into your life who's just kind of, and, we're
Evasive.
psychics. We should be able to get through. But I would say another red flag would be is if you can't even seem to read them, So I'd be careful here
Ooh.
because I'm wondering about the clouds and the sun. That maybe this is clouded intuition that might make you feel this is better than what it really
You're
is.
going to love this. I just noticed something.
What?
Well, the King of Wands could be the King of Clubs.
Okay. Oh, and there's a king. That's the King of Clubs.
The clouds
Are the
is
King,
the King
of
of
Clubs.
Clubs.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is. Wow.
Bam!
Okay, whoops, I'm sorry, Bam.
It's okay.
I turned away at that exact moment.
No, I was actually doing
Well-
a drum roll towards the camera there.
So, Violet Ann, it looks like this may not be the only thing going on for
Right.
you, but this is what the card's focused on. And so I really do think in the coming months, some jokers come in here that is not going to be all they seem. And so you're going to have to use a lot of discernment here and try to get to the bottom of things.
Nothing spells certain disaster,
No.
but
Well-
maybe there's a sense of overall, like, well, was it worth it? That's the Five of Cups,
I think what might happen is maybe because the clouds have the light side towards the sun, is you might be able to figure this out and determine that your success, lies elsewhere. So that's what I think, because I don't think this person's going to be very good for you. Good luck with that.
Oh, that's what we got.
I'll take those cards.
Beaver wants to know what's coming towards them.
All right, that will be your deck.
Yes, I think.
And my
will
reading, I guess?
use-
Do you want to do my reading? It could go
Of
three
course, I
cards
do.
if you want.
I do.
Your
And
choice.
I think I'll use the Neon Tarot.
Okay, so what is your choice? 3 cards or my reading?
Yes, your reading.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I did want to do your reading.
Okay. I just thought you could go either way, so I left it up to you.
Oh, no. And how is that again? What's coming towards
Yeah.
them?
Yeah,
Okay, so the first card is the Knight of Swords. It's upright.
nice.
Speak of the devil. We just had the Knight of Swords. So this may be a thrilling, moving encounter or a certain movement towards something with a certain amount of speed and maybe a sense of urgency. This could be about, a situation that you have to kind of take care of really soon rather than later. It might involve a certain amount of really kind of like laying it out and saying this is the way it is. It's a certain amount of assertion or, I don't want to say aggressive, but, direct energy.
The Knight of Swords is saying you're going to have what's coming towards you is a situation where you're going to have to think on your feet, You're going to have to move fast on something, make a move or a decision that is going to be very, important to you. And so let's see why that's important.
Why is it important? And it is the reversed High Priestess. I want you to look at her again. I love her image.
Well, you're going to have to get your head together. Why is it important is because maybe you're just not ready mentally, or you're concerned that you're concerned because maybe you can't really, does the direction you want to take feel right to you? Or the direction people want you to move in, maybe what you're being presented with, that you have to act fast on, does it feel right to you? I think you're confused right now, or you will be, I'm just saying because it's coming towards you, and you just aren't going to be very sure, how to feel about making this move at this time.
It's important because you may not be aware of all of your options, or you may be feeling like you only want to consider certain options and you have already decided to just disregard another option that might be important. And maybe that's because you mentally just can't wrap your head around it or something.
And maybe what's really this is saying here is that maybe you wish you have more time to think about this first, that you need more time. So to think about it more deeply.
Where will it lead to? And it is the reversed Six of Cups. See all the little cups there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's got to be another one somewhere, but it's there. It's a 6. So the reverse Six of Cups. This could indicate. I'm trying to visualize and I can't really get it.
This could indicate that where things are heading is that you might be reverting back to old patterns and behavior that maybe aren't going to help you much in this situation. You have to think differently about what's going on here. And maybe you're allowing past bad experiences to cloud your judgment or to make it harder for you to think your way through this. You want to move forward, but there's blockages here. And I feel there are mental blockages of some sort or intuitive blockages of some sort here, and they may be related to past conditioning or past experiences that really haven't served you that well. I don't know, this is a really weird reading, Libra. What do you have there? Have you come up with anything?
I have the idea maybe that where it leads to is going back to re-encounter something from the past, or to reconsider that, or to rethink what that is, and that maybe that's why what's coming to you quickly is this idea that the past isn't over, that somebody wants to bring up something or somehow cause this thing to be reconsidered again.
I'm having a weird feeling with the next cards here. They're positive. Here.
Clover. And the House.
I have an immediate thought, and I'm thinking here that, Mercury's going retrograde. People might be this thing might come up where you have to make a sudden move, snap decision, etc. It's really not a good time to do this. I almost think the Lenormand is saying here, you'd be far more lucky if you stayed where you are right now, in your comfort zone. If you feel uncomfortable making this decision at this time, and you just don't, you don't feel you're like in the right headspace to do this, then stay where you are right now. Luck might be more on your side, and if you do that. That's why I think the House is here. It's saying, stay where you're comfortable right now, and things would be better off if you did.
So, I'm sorry, I really blanked out there.
I know.
Libra, I wonder if the house and the clover are warning us or telling us that this matter overall concerns the home's well-being, and that basically things outside of yourself, such as luck or other forces, may need to be brought into the situation. It could be saying that this is something else coming to you, because that was the open-ended question, that maybe there's luck coming to you that somehow affects the living situation. I don't necessarily know for sure that it's related to the first one, but maybe it is.
Yeah, so,
Best I
I mean, it could be about your home. I won't rule that out. But I would say hold off on making this decision if you have to. I think, or if you can, because this probably isn't a good time to do anything radical right now. Because I don't think you can see your way through it very well. I wish you luck with that. And now I'll read Violet Singh. I think maybe Mr. O was reading that.
I'm sorry. It just caught my eye. It's like how you are sometimes, you know. Ugh. Yeah, don't we know that? No, that's okay. It's not your fault. It's me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The supervisor's a jerk, and he could possibly get in the way of this, I think, is what you might be implying there. But a different manager wants to have him moved on this team. So you're trying to get DH, or you're hoping that DH can get there. So, or maybe just you're giving me that idea that his working conditions aren't that great where he's at, so you want this move to happen. Okay, I think...
It's a basic
I
question.
think I got it. I don't know that I want to do a yes-no on this.
Sure.
Let's do 3. We may follow it up with a yes-no.
Exactly.
are
Right.
at the
No,
end
he
here.
probably has limited ability to do that.
Yeah.
Personally, it sounds like something that hopefully should work out for DH.
All right. Okay. I get it. Gymnastics today. I'm excited. It's only the preliminaries, it's true. But I love watching. I got to see some of the men's gymnastics. Good stuff. Good stuff. Some of the men, some of those things they got to do. Those rings that they. Oh my gosh! I don't know how they can do that. That is crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should watch the Olympics and see. But these rings dangling from whatever they dangle from, and they've got to do all kinds of balancing and different things with that and maneuvers. It's crazy. I don't know how they can do it. A lot of upper body strength. All right. The everyday or the witch's garden is leaving as well after this week, Violet. So I'm using it one last time for you. I figure it is time to move on. Oh God. Ego City. And blatant about it. Sheesh. Wow. Well, it's a nice start. Let's just say. The Magician upright. But then, why is this card coming up so much? The Six of Cups reversed. Ah! And the Ace of Wands reversed. That doesn't look good. And we'll know in a minute with the Lenormand how bad it is. I feel here DH has everything, should be able to do this. I don't feel anything lacking, that DH needs to not feel, not allow this to make him feel bad, because he certainly is qualified and capable of taking this on. And I think that other manager sees this, which is why they want him there. What do you got?
Scythe. And the book.
But I feel here that there is something blocking his path. Now, path? Why is it the Six of Cups reversed here? It could be he's overqualified. Yeah, it could be because
it's something from the past, maybe.
Well, how long has he been working with this supervisor? I'm wondering here if this history with this supervisor is getting in the way in some way here, and that could be it. It just seems as though, or maybe something from the past may come back to try to block this. I don't know why. I don't know what that could be. The Ace of Wands here is definitely like a thumbs down going on. Like this isn't going to happen soon, okay? I think there's delays. There's issues in getting this off the ground. And I have a feeling here that DH is going to have to cut through, I don't want to say red tape or bureaucracy with the book, but they're going to have to cut through, get to the bottom of it, I guess, for want of a better word. Cut through all these pages of this book and find, the section that's really the problem here. Find out what really the holdup is, whether it is this manager or it's something else.
The book is the symbolic reputation of his history, especially with the manager. And maybe that's saying, cut away those things that are superfluous to say, no, I just want to move away from this crappy manager.
I don't know. I think here, let's do a yes-no. I want to do a yes-no. I mean, right now, it is definitely leaning towards not happening now. And it bothers me a little bit because DH is clearly qualified, if not over, as you said. He has the talents, the skills, and abilities. So maybe it's now about working towards whatever he needs to do to manifest it. And it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. He may have to, maybe that Six of Cups is there. I want to touch on this a little bit more. Maybe that Six of Cups is here to say that DH has to set aside any kind of past bad feelings, whether it's about this manager or the work in general or whatever, and show a better side of themselves and their talents, show how much they have grown over the years, as opposed to, hey, I'm not living in the past here, I'm very future oriented. Because right now it just seems like something is holding it back. Yeah, the list is closed. Yeah, I'm sorry, A. Apologize for that. But we're just about to close the show out. If you can come back another day, we'd be happy to read for you. We'll be here 7 and 9 p.m. on Thursdays for Eastern Standard Time. And we're always here on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m.
You too, Kara.
I'm sorry, Kara. But the Olympics calls me, and it is the end of our show. We're on Violet right now, which we always close the show out with. I know you know the drill. I feel bad. I feel bad saying no to anybody, including you, A. So please come back sometime. We'll be happy to read for you.
Don't go too soon. I might get Sonny to jump up here.
He hasn't been here all show, Kara.
He shows up when you show up. What is that? Come on.
All right, Violet, let's see what we get here. Will it happen? What?
What? Sit down.
Well, the first card was an ace. The second card is not.
It's too typical. Hey there. Look at who's my sunny boy.
Now we got two aces, and so it could, in other words, it's possible. It doesn't seem likely right now, but considering the other cards, but it's possible. Here we have the Ace of Cups upright. That was the first one. The card in the middle is the Queen of Swords reversed. And the card on the end is the Ace of Swords reversed. So it's leaning towards it's possible here, but...
That's the female manager making the decision she has to make, and she doesn't really care if others think it's harsh or wrong. That, to me, is the Queen of Swords reverse. It's like, damn, she's going to make this decision. It's her decision.
So is the other manager is a woman, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, well, maybe. I was almost thinking that even though it's a queen, that it's discussing it's the manager on the other end of it. You'll take that. Hi, Roger Sorry, we are closed. We're sorry. So you got to get here just a little earlier. We had to close the list.
Yeah, she's a woman. Okay.
Well, it may take her time to be able to make this decision. Let's put it that way. I like what Mr. O said here, but it is reversed. And remember, it's a maybe yes. It's not a definite yes. So she has to be able to get to the point of making the decision. It's possible here, she's bumping heads with this other manager or other people, and she'll have to work her way through that. But it is possible. It is possible because DH is very skilled and talented. I think that clearly came out in the previous reading. So I wish you luck with that. I hope it does happen.
Cool. And that's our show then.
That is our show. We are done. And sorry we couldn't read for the latecomers. We really apologize. But we've got to draw our, time limits here. And we're here for 2 hours on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. So join us a little bit earlier. We're more than happy to read for everybody. All right. And that's our show. So, and that's it for this deck. I'm going to be switching up a lot of the decks. Some may stay. Most will go. And we'll be doing some different decks next time around. So, Mr. O, you have anything to add show-wise?
I want to thank everybody for coming today. And tomorrow at some point, I don't know when, I will have an unboxing of my rather new, it was from last year, the Oracle of the Hecatean Path. It's a 60-card oracle, and I'm kind of geeked because it's beautiful, but we'll just be doing a flip-through, and then I hope to incorporate it into Goth Tarot as well as some other Halloween shows maybe this fall.
Well, that's nice, and I also will have an unboxing pretty soon as well. I need those cards. But unboxing soon as well of an interesting deck, the Awakened Tarot. I want to unbox that one and talk about it a little bit, give you some background on what the cards are about and why I think it's an interesting deck. So join me for that sometime soon, maybe after the Olympics, maybe sometime in between my Olympic viewing I'll get that done.
We're going to start charging you, Kara, for that sunny fix.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks everybody once again. Great show. We hope to see you real soon. Bye for now.